Alright guys, I ended up taking the bolts back out and moving this engine over far enough to get that bracket on the axle where it needed to be, instead of taking the axle pieces out and all that stuff. I didn't want to mess with that, and I was so close. I just took the bolts out and slid it back, but and when I went to put it back in, it just literally slid right on the studs. So it was actually very easy on that part the second time in. I think maybe that bracket was bothering me a little bit. But before you put your upper motor mount in here on the front, make sure you put your belt over it, because you can't get them in there without the motor mount out. So I got my alternator back in, hooking up my wires. I still got to put my fuse box, battery box in. I got all my upper bell housing bolts good and tight. We'll get back underneath it here in a little bit and throw the starter and torque converter bolts in. I still have to go check the torque on them torque converter bolts, if they actually show it anywhere. If not, we'll use the crack in my elbow to torque it. Alright guys, it's going back in, and I didn't do too much damage up here. Like I said, that I'll just straighten it out a little bit. Stick some black paint on there, keep it from rusting. Mainly it was the front one here that we didn't want to damage too much, which actually I didn't do bad at all. It actually looks good. No damage, no harm, no foul. Put your EGR tube back on. Also, I don't know if I said it when I was taking it apart, the fuel line has a bracket that holds it on there, and there's a wiring harness bracket that holds the wiring harness away from this exhaust crossover pipe. So make sure you get that in. That's about it. Just a reverse procedure of hooking all your wires up. All the wires will only go in their own spot, so that's not too hard. As long as you don't have no wires left over, you're done. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go in and have some lunch. Let's see what our temperature is yet. We're pushing right at 90. Yep, just under 90. Hopefully I don't have a whole lot of time left on this, because I'm going to quit when it hits 100. And I can't open these doors because of the horse flies. So, alright, I'm going to go eat some lunch, come back out, button all the wires up, put the starter back on, fill it up full of fluids, change the oil, and we'll come back when we start it up, because you guys are going to have to listen to it and see if you hear anything, because I cannot hear, which really puts me at a disadvantage working on cars, because you have to be able to hear any little noises. I hope my hearing comes back soon, because this is awfully irritating. I don't know if y'all stick your fingers in your ears if you can hear all the noise that's in your brain. There's a high-pitched squeal in my head that's been going on for a week. It's driving me crazy. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Be coming back and firing it up here in a little bit. Okay, take care. Stay tuned.